What's up, guys? It's Jay. Welcome back to Jay's POV, wherever POV matters. Be sure to let me know what yours is down in the comments. And I watched Batman like 2 days ago, right? And I just had to sit. I literally just had to sit and just really just think about that movie several times at work. I was just thinking about the movie. I just need to know how I truly feel about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of know how you feel about a movie when you leave the theater, at least on a rating scale. You know what I mean? You're like, I like it, I don't like it, I rated this, you know what I mean? But only when you get to soak in it or you're like, did I really just watch this? You know what I mean? Those type of movies. Before I even like make a review on it, and I have to literally say, after sitting down and processing this for like the last 2 days, that is the best Batman movie that we have ever seen. That we have gotten up till this point. This is literally the best Batman movie that someone has made. And that is not an over exaggeration. That is not straight out the movie theater blurting it out. That is after 2 days of really sitting down being like, huh. And I watched The Dark Knight multiple times throughout my life, but specifically 2 days before I watched this Batman, I watched The Dark Knight again. Just so that, I could have this as close to the Batman as possible. And, dude, it holds up to that. You know what I mean? It holds up to that standard. And it is the best Batman movie. Now, everyone wants to compare The Dark Knight to that movie, and I don't think you can compare them. You know what I mean? Calling this the best Batman movie, it's not now saying it's better than The Dark Knight. You know what I mean? It's a better Batman movie than The Dark Knight, I would say. A better movie, period? I don't know. I think that's like trying to compare apples to oranges. And it just depends what's your favorite fruit. You know what I mean? Do you want an orange today or do you want an apple today? They're both fruit. Not one's better than the other. It's just, do you want an apple or do you want an orange? I think that's the best way to compare them, because I don't think one movie is better than the other. You know what I'm saying? I just think as a Batman film, this has done it in a way no other Batman movie has, and yet how I never thought I would see it. The best explanation to me to give is anyone that's played the Arkham Knight games, the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, all those. This is literally that in game form, which is crazy to think about. I did not think that we'll have like a game adaptation. Like, it's not like it's trying to have a game adaptation, but the way the game flows is very similar to how the movie flows. Similar Batman, similar how you go through a crime scene, similar Gotham feel with the rain. It's all very, very similar. It felt like the game. A lot of elements felt like the game. Some of the action sequences, some of the moves he would do, it's the type of moves that you would finish off with in the Arkham Knight games. So it was very, very cool. All the acting was good. A 3-hour movie that felt like 2 hours 20. That's how it felt. And to be honest, for a 3-hour movie, I didn't feel bored once. It didn't drag. Even the slower scenes didn't feel slow. The crazy thing is, I felt like it was the best Batman movie, and I feel like it still could have been better. Like, if they wanted to, I felt like they could have just went ape shit and made it better. Like, that's the crazy thing. Not saying that I would have changed this, I would have changed that. I just feel like they could have, if they wanted to, went a little more off the rails and just went crazy if they wanted to. I felt like they definitely held it in and just made a very good, within the parentheses, Batman movie. And, dude, Robert Pattinson. It's not Edward Cullen. It's not any other movie you know him from. It's not Cedric Diggory from freaking Harry Potter 4. It's not even Robert Pattinson anymore. I'm going to call him Robert Pattinson. That is his name now. Robert Pattinson. The official Batman. He's my favorite now, honestly, after one movie. I just think the way that he's not where Batman's supposed to be yet, but I think he represents what Batman is perfectly. It's always been that, I don't know, I think people have the understanding that it's Bruce Wayne and Batman, and Bruce Wayne's the main character. Like, Bruce Wayne is who he is, and Batman is who he puts on to go out at night. But that's not the case, and I like that in this Batman movie they show that so perfectly, that Batman is really who he is. When he puts on the bat suit and goes out, that is who he is. That Bruce Wayne is really the mask and the facade. You know what I mean? In the daytime, that's not who he is. Like, he's really putting on his mask when he's being Bruce Wayne. When he puts on his bat suit, that's who he is. He is Batman. And I think they nailed that in this movie more so than ever. The Dark Knight movies, he looked like he enjoyed being Bruce Wayne. He looked like he enjoyed being Batman. In fact, I don't even know if he enjoyed being Batman like that. I mean, in the whole Dark Knight series, he was talking about he wants to stop being Batman. You know what I mean? For a while, he's like, I'm trying to... He wants the city to come to a point where they don't need Batman anymore, you know? So, but Bruce Wayne was who he was, you know? He was always Bruce Wayne first. In this movie, but it should be, it's always been Batman. Bruce Wayne's always come second. And Bruce Wayne is the mask. And this movie does that perfectly. It's not an action-heavy movie. In not the sense that there's not a lot of action. There's definitely a good amount of action sequences. But it's definitely very, very heavy on plot, character development, that mystery feeling. It's not trying to sell you on glorious action sequences where, like, there's a great action sequence. There's probably the best chase sequence in any Batman movie here in a car. But for 3 hours, it really just keeps the needle going with story, with mystery, with asking questions, with trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I think the reason this Batman movie is like the reason I think this is the best Batman we've gotten so far in terms of representation on a screen is because while the other Batman movies paint Batman as somebody that stops criminals, a hero to the city of Gotham, so on and so forth, I feel like they never really got the fear element that people have when it's Batman. You know what I mean? I think in this movie they really put you in the criminal's viewpoint. Like, it's only year 2 Batman. It's not Batman like Christian Bale has been doing it for years. This is Batman that has like now started. He's really trying to see whether it's worth it to be Batman. Why has crime gone up since Batman's been around? Do people even care that I'm out here whooping ass? They don't, you know what I mean? But they do a good job of literally putting you in his shoes, in criminal shoes. And you see Robert Pattinson, like, you see it from their perspective, you know, how when they see the bat signal in the sky, they genuinely are like, I'm not going out tonight. Like, it scares everyone because once you see it, they all think, okay, he's here for me. Even though there's a whole city and the city's big and he can't be everywhere, he says that. The signal is just, it strikes fear. And I think they represent that so well. They purposely give him heavy ass boots. Unlike any other Batman where he's supposed to be like sneaking through, they give him heavy ass boots so that when the criminals are there and you hear the boom, boom, boom thuds and it's coming from the shadows, it just instills that fear. And like I said, it's similar to the Arkham Knight games, because in the Arkham Knight games, if you're hanging from a ledge somewhere, one of the things you can do is instill fear in the people you're trying to take out, whether it's throwing a batarang at the side of them so that they're like, oh my god, you know, you play with the fear even in the games to try to creep them out. And it's the same thing here. It's literally all about, it was all mind games. He became more of in this movie they painted Batman like a boogeyman, where on the criminal side, where he comes out at night, no one likes to do their business at night, you know what I mean? If they see that bat signal in the sky, they're like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta get home, because they know that he's here, like, he's coming. And I like that this movie, out of any other bad movie, paints the fear that criminals really have against Batman, especially because when he's in the Batsuit and he sees criminals, he doesn't talk to them. He's not there to talk. He's not there to exchange chit-chat. They'll be talking to him, he just is not speaking back. He's just there to whoop their ass. That's literally why he's like, I'm not here to talk. So the fear element they instill is perfect. Speaking of perfect, that freaking score, that freaking music that you hear, dude, I can't say that's the best Batman score, but for what this Batman is representing, that bomb, dude. That is literally like I said, from the criminal's perspective. That when you see him coming out of the shadows, those footsteps, that is the music. Like it's like a ascension of just I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know what I mean? Like it's fear, and I think it's so good. Like it fits this Batman so well, and it's so simple. It's just a steady little like beat of just notes deep and getting louder and louder and louder, and it's just like it's perfect. It is so perfect. This is the most perfect Batman movie. It is a strong 9, like maybe 9.2. I rated 9.2, which might seem like a weak 9 because it's not like a 9.7, but no, it is a strong 9.2. You know what I mean? If it was weak, it would be a 9, 8 point something. No, it's like a 9.2. 10s are always hard to come by, but that is for sure a 9.2 to me. It is the perfect Batman movie with a 3-hour runtime that doesn't feel like they waste their time. I didn't even have to speak about the Riddler or any of the actors. I mean, Penguin was really, really good. Penguin was phenomenal. Catwoman, her fine ass, she could have done anything. She could just went there and licked the toilet bowl, and I would have loved her for it. But everything, the actors, one of the best things is actually the chemistry between Batman and Gordon. Other movies, obviously, they're teaming up and they work together, but most of the time, it seems like Batman's doing his own thing. He's kind of filling Gordon in on the side. Like, oh, I did this. You know what I mean? Like, Gordon kind of is friends with Batman, but he's not working with him. He's doing his own thing with the police, and Batman's doing his own thing, and Gordon doesn't hear about it. But in this movie, they're literally partners. Gordon's working more with him than his own unit. And they go to these crime scenes together. It's a buddy cop type of thing. And they're going to stings together. It's like a really good relationship between Batman and Gordon. And it's my favorite out of any of the movies. Even the Christian Bale movies, the Gordon and him, I like their relationship and stuff. I just think this in the movie it's already better off of one movie, how Gordon and Batman's relationship on solving crimes is. So if you haven't seen it yet, get your freaking ticket. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get your ticket. Go see this damn movie. Even if you're not a fan of Batman, you need to see this movie. You need to you're doing yourself a disservice to not experience this movie, because it is an experience. You are sitting there. They take their 3-hour runtime to immerse you into the city of Gotham for you to understand why nobody wants to be in this place. You literally sit there and you experience everything. It's an experience. It's not a movie to watch. You got to be in the theater. You need to get your ticket. You need to watch it. My theater is freaking packed. Not one seat left. It was all sold out. And you need to do yourself this service, because you're going to be doing a disservice if you just decide not to watch it. So let me know if you've seen it already. Let me know when you do see it. Come back. Let me know what you guys think. I love talking about it, because there's going to be a hot take on where people ranking these, not just the Batman movies, but the Batmans and all the 9 yards. So as always, I'm Jay, and this is just my point of view.